I get a lot of questions and comments about insomnia, and it's usually middle-aged vegan women. I'll tell you why in a minute. But first, I'm just going to get right to it and tell you what to do. No BS, no fluff, no dragging us out. Ladies, you want to know how to get rid of insomnia? Are you listening? Drum roll. Okay, listen closely. Repeat after me. Stop eating late, especially carbs. Food gives you energy for up to 4 to 5 hours after eating, so if you eat late, you're going to have energy for the next 4 to 5 hours. There is no magic pill that will cure you if you don't stop doing what's causing the problem. And why is it usually women? Well, because men eat more meat, which doesn't keep them up at night, and women eat more carbs, which does. Vegan men have the same issues, though, because most vegans eat vegan junk food, which is just refined carbs, and the ones who try to eat healthier, like raw vegans, most of them still have, they go for the high sugar stuff, like mangoes, bananas, and fruit juice, which is highly concentrated sugar with the fiber removed. But the biggest problem by far is refined carbs. Anything ground into a flour that's baked in an oven, bread, crackers, cookies, cakes, pizza, pies, and of course pasta and cereal, and yes, even yogurt and kombucha, anything else that tastes sweet that you can't stop eating. And adding insult to injury, most of the bread, crackers, cookies, cereal, granola bars, and pastries has highly inflammatory refined seed oils added. Look at the ingredients and the labels of everything you eat. I guarantee you almost all of it has some kind of seed oil like cottonseed, canola, soy, corn, safflower, sunflower, or palm, and lots of sugar. Even if it says no added sugar, I guarantee you it has high amounts of sugar. They like to cheat and put things in there like grape juice or apple juice or something like that. So they can legally say no added sugar, but yet one serving has 20 grams of sugar. Anyway, that combination of sugar and refined oils ultimately creates what's called insulin resistance. And people with insulin resistance who consume a high-carb diet have more insomnia and sleep disturbances because of the elevated blood sugars and the blood sugar fluctuations. Eating large amounts of refined carbs can lead to rapid spikes and crashes in the blood sugar levels, and these crashes, particularly during the night, can trigger the release of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which wake you up and make it more difficult to sleep. Eating lots of carbs impacts your melatonin production because high insulin levels can interfere with the production of melatonin, the hormone responsible for your sleep. Chronic inflammation can interfere with the body's ability to achieve restorative sleep. The two biggest causes of inflammation are wheat and sugar. Stop the bread. And of course, being middle-aged, there's the hormonal issues, thanks to a high-carb, low-fat diet being a huge factor. Two of those hormones are leptin and ghrelin. This is why you can't stop eating late and you can't go to sleep unless you do. Stop eating refined carbs and sugar and wheat and fruit juice and start eating more natural whole foods. Lower your glycemic load. Stop the sweet stuff in the fruit juice. Focus on low glycemic carbs like vegetables, legumes, nuts, seeds, nut butters, and if you're going to eat fruit, do more non-sweet ones like avocados and cucumbers. Yes, cucumber is a fruit. I know, not as much fun as mangoes or bananas, but speaking of bananas, people like to believe that myth that eating bananas before bed makes them sleep better because of the potassium. They have a lot more sugar in them than potassium. Sure, you'll sleep the first hour because you had your carb fix, but then watch what happens a few hours later. Listen to me. No exceptions. Stop eating late. Stop eating at least 3 hours before bed. And if you have a big, heavy meal, stop eating 4 hours before bed. And don't eat a high-carb meal. Include healthy fats and proteins with your meals to stabilize the blood sugar levels. Watch my video on vegan protein. Stop drinking water 2 hours before bed so you don't have to get up and pee all night. The not eating part will, of course, be the hardest, but trust me, it's worth it. And after a few days, your body will get used to it. Not eating is by far the biggest, most powerful thing you can do for insomnia. The second biggest thing is stop eating refined carbs and sugar. Nothing ground into a flour that's baked in an oven. Doesn't matter if it's gluten-free or Ezekiel bread. People keep looking for excuses. What about this? What about this? What about this? No! Eat stuff you find in the produce section, stuff you actually find in nature. All right, second, you need to move your body, and I mean more than just a leisurely walk around the block. I mean do something physically exhausting to where you are huffing and puffing. Do 20 squats 3 times a day. Resistance weight-bearing exercises, something to where your muscles are burning. Food gives you energy, and if you don't burn that energy, it turns into fat. And if you have too much fat, you're eating too much and you're not moving your body enough. And you'll have too much energy at the end of the day and you won't be able to sleep. Do whatever it takes to make yourself tired by the end of the day and you'll fall asleep the minute you hit the bed. Regular exercise can improve insulin sensitivity and promote better sleep quality. 3, oh boy, here we go. Stop the coffee. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you through the internet, okay? No, anything but that. No way, never. Okay, go ahead, enjoy your insomnia. Do you want good sleep or not? Stop the caffeine and the stimulants. That means coffee, energy drinks, weight loss pills, and sugar. All right, green tea's okay. It's not as much caffeine. Cut the sugar, especially in the afternoon and the evening. That means no fruit juice, ever. Just whole fruit, and don't eat mainly fruit. You need greens and nuts and seeds and healthy fats. Olive oil is fine. It's not going to make you fat. All right, and speaking of hormones, go outside and get sunlight. Forget the stupid vitamin D and K pills. Go outside and get sunlight if you want real sleep, not just for the vitamin D and K, but for your circadian rhythms. People who are inside all day long in artificial light have problems sleeping. If you live up north where it's gray and cold all the time, it doesn't matter. Go outside. There's still sun coming through the clouds, or else it would be pitch black outside. Get your exercise. Walk 10,000 steps a day. That's equivalent to 4 20-minute walks. And do something hard like 20 squats 3 times a day. Stop watching TV and the internet right up to your bedtime. That messes with your hormones and your circadian rhythms. Don't fall asleep with the TV on. Fall asleep with soft, dreamy music. Stop taking melatonin pills. That just makes it worse because your body will stop making its own melatonin and start relying on pills for... That's a bad road to go down. All right. The night formula helps a lot of people. Take at least 1 hour before bed. Some people like to take it 2 to 3 hours before bed. Find out what works for you. And take magnesium for an hour before bed in a small glass of water. A small glass of water. Remember, you don't want to pee all night. And if you have leg cramps, you are low on magnesium. Almost everybody's low on magnesium. Take a spoonful every night. Stress can keep you up at night, so deal with your stress. Just roll up your sleeves and deal with it. You can't live with unresolved issues. But don't just blame the stress, because stress makes people eat comfort food, and comfort food is high carb. Wheat is highly inflammatory, and inflammation can keep you up at night. Have a big gut. Read the book Wheat Belly and watch my video on SIBO and the liver and all that. If insomnia persists, that's a pretty good sign you have insulin resistance and you need to change your diet and lifestyle so you don't end up with diabetes. You don't want that. Stop the carbs, all right? Stop the bread and the crackers and the cookies and the yogurt and all that other stuff, or anything that's sweet. Go outside, get sun, wear yourself out physically during the day, sleep in a blacked out, very dark room, stop TV and the internet right up to your bedtime, and play soft music. You know, no magic pills are going to help you long term if you don't change these things. I know this isn't what you want to hear, but I don't beat around the bush. I tell you what you need to hear. I want you to have results. Do it and let me know, and I'll guarantee you're going to have a different life. Let me know. I'll see you in the next video.